Good morning, good morning. It is 6 in the morning and I'm at the lake front here in Torres del Paine, but on today's video, actually cruising to El Chalten and I'm really excited about it. Fall colors are just starting to pop, so it's a bit of a vlog. Fall colors in Patagonia. Let's do it. What's for breakfast?
I'm just about to unravel this prize right now. You got a sandwich, ooh, it's ham and cheese. That's speaking to me right there as an Irishman. 2 little mandarins. What's this, an onion? No, an egg. Cookies! Chocolate bar. Oh my god. And some more.
Breakfast of champions, folks. We sat in the bus in the dark at Laguna Marga waiting for the sunrise light as Neil demolished his breakfast. Then a kiss of light started to touch the high clouds and we all scampered out to the lakefront. We're on our way to fall colors. I'm kind of dressed like fall colors. But on our way to said fall colors, we stopped at Laguna Marga, which is a location I don't think I've ever photographed for sunrise. I come here a lot for sunset, looking for flamingos, but because we had such good weather in Torres del Paine, essentially we had a free sunrise, and I decided that since we're headed past here anyway, we might as well stop for sunrise, and I'm glad we did because it's so awesome. There's beautiful reflections on the edge, on like the salty edge of the lake, and the light is really trying to punch through. Behind me, there's some underglow happening. It's awesome and absolutely stunning. It is happening. We are definitely getting some light, color up above, and I think maybe if we're really lucky, we might even get some alpenglow. And I am photographing with a slightly long exposure to get a little bit of motion in these clouds, not too much. But I'm at 30 seconds, f16, and pretty simple composition. It's just a reflection. I did find a better composition over there of the salt with the foreground.
You mean Neil found a better composition?
But Neil stole it,
No.
and he's soiled that composition for me forever.
This is all a lie. You watch my video first and you'll understand. It's awesome.
Oh shit. I thought the salt was dry enough that I could walk out onto it and then Neil could take a photo of me. But it turns out it's not. Now my shoe is full of salt. Gah! Damn it!
Fantastic.
I was just thinking, this is the best photo. Why did we miss this? That's why we missed it. Now I got a salt foot. Whew. As we're leaving with my salty foot, the reflections are just special. Oh man. Salty footed, but not salty the way the morning went. Even though Neil stole my composition, we headed across the border into Argentina and towards fall color photography paradise, El Chalten. Whee! Almost fell on my face. Made it to El Chalten last night. Went out photographing a canyon this morning. Kind of got skunked a little bit. And are now at Chorrillo del Salto, which is currently in the midst of a fall explosion. We hit absolute prime here. I've photographed the waterfall so many times that I usually come here and ignore it. But these fall colors are popping off so much right now that I think I want to try to find a frame that includes it. So I'm gonna kind of scamper through the brush a bit and see if I can find a spot way down river to kind of cover the waterfalls or like encapsulate them or frame them around with fall colors. So let's go see if we can find that. So I'm struggling not to find a photo, but struggling not to fall on my face. I'm struggling to try to make a unique photo. Since I've photographed this place about a dozen times, it's really hard to like not fall in the trap of just going back to the photo you know that works. Years ago I shot a really cool photo up on these rapids. Last year I shot a photo that might be my favorite woodland photo ever in the forest just back that way, and it's really easy to fall into the trap of just going back and redoing it. But I want to do something different, and hence the struggle. One of the ideas I'm kind of having right now is I found all this fall leaf that is falling down here, and occasionally some comes plowing down the river and kind of swirls in the foreground of my frame. And so I'm tinkering with the idea of getting really low with my camera and tripod and trying to have kind of this moving leaf in the foreground of my image. The only problem is my tripod doesn't get that low, so I have to hand hold the long exposure, which has been really tricky. So I don't know if this works. Might be horrible. It's probably kind of horrible. Okay, it's not horrible, but it's also not life-changing or a portfolio image. But at least it's something different. So I've always kind of struggled with fall color photography. The reason being, I get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff there is to photograph. I keep wanting to go wider and wider and get more and more of it. But I think that the best way to treat fall photography is to try to find something that's different than everything else and make it the focal point of your image. So here it's pretty obvious because you have the waterfall. The waterfall is something different, or you might have a dead tree like this. That could be the focal point, or a dead tree like that, or like that. But here, unfortunately, all the dead things I'm finding are too tall. So I'm not sure I've found a woodland type photo here, but I think I might keep wandering around. So in the next episode of I'm not sure if this is a stupid idea, but at least I'm trying something different. I'm basically in a bush with fall colors, and I'm trying something different. I'm basically using this brush, this orange brush, to kind of create a vignette through my image, and going ultra shallow with the depth of field, f2.8, and putting this dead tree in the foreground. And it's kind of funny because all day I've been saying I hope that dead tree falls down and dies in a windstorm because it's in my way all the time. Now I'm using it. Got that dead tree off on the side and then the waterfall to the right. Now normally I would go long exposure on waterfalls to create some sort of drama. But on this photo, actually I'm going for a faster shutter speed because it's already soft and dreamy everywhere else. If I go soft and dreamy on the waterfall, it's too soft and dreamy. And there's only so much soft and dreamy one person can handle. I don't know why I went like full child actor there. I think the photo works, but it's definitely not my usual thing. But obviously, I'm having fun trying with it. One of my landscape photography tips I always give participants on my workshops is to walk around with live view open on your camera if you're struggling to find something. I found that waterfall image as I was actually filming some B-roll for the vlog. Sometimes just seeing the world through your camera's eye or your camera's lens helps you open up your own creativity. It definitely did that here. I'm not sure you can see me, but it is 4 in the morning and we're hiking up to Laguna Torre. Let's get walking. Okay, just photographed sunrise at Cerro Torre. Had a really beautiful morning actually. But this video is not about that, it's about fall colors. I don't know what's gotten into me on this video. Anyways, So we're going to go back down to El Chalten, and on the way I'm hopefully gonna get another couple fall colors photos. But I only brought my 15, or is this 14 to 35 millimeter f4 lens. So we'll see if we can make something work with it. That's Greg Snell. He's an animal. Neil and I are having a bit of a battle. Basically, whenever I put up my camera, he walks in my frame. And whenever he's got his camera set up, I walk in my frame. But essentially...
his frame.
But anyway, I really love this composition kind of through here. You've got this broken wooden trail with all these like red leaves and kind of the dead trees around them. Maybe not dead, but deadish trees around them. And then the mountains behind. It's super, super moody. So handheld, I'm gonna grab an image of this. This is really, really, really beautiful. We walked back to El Chalten, and though I had some serious FOMO for not bringing my other lens, I definitely appreciated the walk more without thinking about making photos. I just kind of took in the perfect fall weather and wandered through it all nostalgically remembering all the images I made here over the years. Basically, I haven't found anything that I like with the wide angle. Not in this light, it's just too bright in the sky and dark in the foreground. I do wish I would have brought my 70 to 200 up, because I think zooming in on some of the details here is really where the magic happens. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit left out of the fun. It seems like our luck with the weather from the first half of this Patagonia trip is kind of turned on us. It's now been pretty rainy, and not just rainy, but like pretty overcast. Not happy rainy or foggy, but sad rainy. So we haven't really done much this morning, but I am gonna go get me a sandwich, see if our buddy Greg Snell's about, and then maybe go out and try to do some photography somewhere else this afternoon if the weather doesn't dump down on us too much.
Your high five, but I've got my hands full.
That's not good.
What's
It was more of a wave hello.
It's nice to see you, Brendan.
Nice to see you.
Neil.
Nice to see you.
Happy that we met. Are we making vlogs?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Are you making vlogs? I just shared
yes,
your credit
actually.
card information.
Nice.
The entire internet.
Yeah.
I will not be blurring that out.
There's a lot of money in that account.
Be careful.
Right.
You gonna eat this banana for lunch? Or
No,
you
but I'm gonna put it in my pocket and see how happy
nice.
you get.
So we're back at the backside of Fitzroy. You can kind of see Fitzroy peeking out up there, and I'm starting to feel like, not nostalgic, but maybe a little bit emotional that this is probably my last trip down to southern Patagonia for a really long time. I've been coming here for 15 years, basically every single year, leading workshops and doing solo trips, and just absolutely loving it. But I'm also feeling like I've kind of gotten everything out of it that I wanted to get out of it. And yeah, I think maybe it's time for new things and new destinations and new photo spots. And I'm ready for that change. But at the same time, I'm like, have I really gotten everything out of it? Did I really go everywhere and take every photo I wanted to take? Absolutely not even close. And so part of me is like scrambling in my brain a little bit about how I can make a couple more photos here before it's time to leave. And so I've come to Rio Electrico, and there's this like awesome bit of forest in front of the backside of Fitzroy. And I thought maybe I'd go photo hunting a little bit here. I've been walking down this path, kind of hoping to find something like what I'm seeing in front of me. You've got the river, some rocks, fall colors, all kind of turning into the peak, and then Fitzroy behind it. Although kind of forget about Fitzroy because it's just the tip that's up there. So I think this is kind of what I was looking for, is an image where the river turns into the mountain with some fall color. So I think this might work. I'm just gonna walk up there a little bit and yeah, try to find a composition. As I set up to take this photo of a scene I've never photographed before, I started to think about how many other photos I must have missed. Is it the right decision ending my time in Patagonia? Maybe I should have spent more time here trying to get off the beaten path. I have future FOMO. Will me spending more time in places like Asia and Africa mean I miss out on finding something special here? Just had a bit of an emotional morning. We went out and photographed Fitzroy on the road. I wasn't planning on filming anything. And then it was kind of like, it hit me that it's probably my last time photographing Fitzroy. At least for a while, maybe forever. You never know, like, I'm not planning on coming back to southern Patagonia. Yeah. And it kind of, as that hit me out of nowhere, this like beautiful, epic, incredible light came out and Fitzroy just peeked out behind the clouds. It was so special. It just made me like super emotional. Like 15 years I've been coming here, and this might be my last trip, and it just hit me. We floated out of El Chalten, and the last bit of epic light this morning felt like a happy goodbye. It felt like closure. I'm not sure anyone will truly understand how much this place means to me. It was such an integral part of my growth as a photographer, and I've put so much time, sweat, and love into discovering this place and sharing it with the world. Leaving Patagonia kind of feels like a breakup in which the love is still there, but you've kind of just outgrown each other. And as we roll into Perito Moreno Glacier to beautiful light, I can't help feel like this was the perfect place to end my Patagonia trips, because this is where it all started. So, got up early this morning and headed to Perito Moreno Glacier, which is actually one of the first places I photographed when I started my travel photography career. And I remember I obtained a press pass to get in like 30 minutes before they opened, had the place to myself, and I remember like really clearly the excitement I had and how I felt when I got here. And I remember how I felt like I discovered this place. I felt like I was the first to come here. I felt like I was the first to photograph it. It was like this experience of it was just something super special from a feeling perspective, and I thought as a result of that it was going to be published everywhere because it had never been discovered. Little did I know it was one of the most famous places in the world. And when I sent off the photos to all the magazines and newspapers and whatever, I got crickets back. Nobody published anything. Nobody cared. It was really funny actually. Well, no, it was not demoralizing, but it was really kind of like one of those moments that I was like, okay, you got to get your shit together, you got to get better at this photography thing, and you got to create better stories and deeper stories. So I have a lot of memories of this place, and I'm not sure if I have my photos of the first time I was here, but if I do, I'll share them with you right now. No laughing at them because they were really bad. And I can't believe I thought that they were going to get published. Okay, I'm back in my messy office, don't judge me. And I'm actually editing this video right now. And I realized as I was editing the video that I didn't end the video. That was my last Patagonia trip probably ever. I love Patagonia. I've been going there for 15 years. I've been leading workshops for 10 years. But it kind of just felt like not like I was done with it, but maybe Patagonia was done with me. Like I was getting less excited about going to shoot locations, and I was getting less excited about light, and I was getting more restricted as well. There's a bunch of new restrictions on access and where you can go and the times, and it just started to feel like, okay, this is a good time for me to leave. It also felt like a great time for me to leave because I feel like Patagonia is in good hands now. I saw lots of other great photographers down there. Nick Page, Andy Mumford was there. There was lots of other guys, the usual guys. Colby Brown was there as well. Greg Snell was there. So Patagonia is in good hands. It doesn't need me. I want to be excited about a location. I want to feel inspired, and I want to feel like I'm exploring still. And 15 years going to a place, I kind of stopped feeling like I was exploring. And yes, a good part of that is on me for not digging deeper. And maybe there is a time that I do go back to Patagonia, to different areas, and do dig deeper. But I think for now it's time to just like pump the brakes on Patagonia. There's other places in the world to explore. So Patagonia was incredible, amazing light, amazing situations. We got great photos. It was just a perfect goodbye to Patagonia. And I am going to miss Patagonia. As you could see from a couple of the clips, I was definitely very, very emotional about the fact that it was my last time there. I'm also emotional about what's emotional. That's a word now. I'm also emotional about what's coming up on the channel. We've got Greenland coming up. Then we have maybe some Portugal content coming up in there as well. And Botswana, Namibia, and all sorts of crazy adventures. And I hope to see you guys on those videos. Peace.